Well, the Queen is carefully considering if she's up to attending the upcoming Braemar gathering in Scotland as she battles mobility issues. The Highland Games are a favourite of the monarch, featuring pipe bands, Highland dancers and athletes. It's not the first time Her Majesty has skipped an event due to her health. The Queen also sat out part of her Jubilee celebrations earlier in the year. Sunrise Royal Editor Rob Jobson joins me now. The gathering is a favourite on the monarch's calendar, isn't it, Rob? This is a really serious decision not to attend.
Yeah, I think it will be significant if she doesn't attend. My understanding is they're trying to work out ways to get her in. But the fact is that with the mobility problem she's got, she's struggling to stand on her feet. It's difficult, and also she'll be in a position where you're sedentary for quite some time, and it's quite awkward for her. So look, I know she wants to go. It'll be quite significant if she doesn't, and we've seen all the developments lately of which have led to all this speculation.
Yeah, because, Rob, the Queen has plenty of family visiting her up in Scotland, including great-grandchildren. Prince Charles visiting her every day, apparently. Do you think there's more going on with her health than we're being told?
Difficult to say. I suspect there is. I think that she's pretty frail, but you know, that's to be expected of a lady of 96. She's mentally fine. She's obviously wants to do, she's carrying out her work with the red boxes, but issues such as the Prime Minister having to go to Balmoral and then the new Prime Minister going too, has highlighted this issue of her constitutional position, and she's just trying to fulfil as much as she can. She's supported by her family. Yeah, Prince Charles is at Burke Hall, which is not very far from Balmoral, and he's here, and Camilla have been to see the Queen regularly. I know that Prince Andrew is up there as well with his daughters. So yeah, there's been a lot of visitors. But equally, I think the Queen it's probably a time that she has to literally put her feet up. She does work pretty much every day apart from Christmas Day. So I think it's fair enough that she gets a bit of a break.
Yep, too right. Now, Rob, while we've got you, episode 3 of the Diana documentary aired this morning, just days before the 25th anniversary of her death. It looked into the police investigation into the royal family and MI6 and allegations of a conspiracy to murder by the establishment. Did we learn anything new?
Well, you know, I sat through all of the weeks and weeks and weeks of the inquest, which actually really did put it to bed, in my opinion, that it was an accident. She didn't want a seatbelt, she'd have been alive. And the paparazzi were partially responsible for what happened, as well as a drunk driver. So that's my theory on it. But what was interesting about this documentary, I found, was you were actually getting to see the actual officers who worked on Lord Stevens' inquiry, which came before the inquest. But, you know, and I think there were certain areas, as they said, as police officers, that they would say were needed to be answered, and there were things that were a bit sloppy by the French investigation, but ultimately I think it still proves it was an accident. Yeah.
And Rob, what do you think of this story over the front pages of all the British newspapers this morning, that Prince Andrew's daughters Beatrice and Eugenie have gone into bat for Dad, appealing to Charles to give him a job back?
Well, Prince Charles is the patriarch of the family at the moment, really, with the Queen. I mean, essentially it's a sort of dual monarchy, really, and I think that they're probably gone in to try to bat with their uncle to see if there is anything they can do from Prince Andrew. My understanding is he's struggling quite a bit, really, with what's happened, and I'm not surprised. But there's no way. I mean, there's no way that Prince Charles is going to budge on this, because, you know, the public is just against Prince Andrew. You know, even though there was no anything proven against him, the fact that millions were paid out has left a bad taste in everybody's mouth about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein and everything that went on. And I think it's best that, even though they're being loyal daughters, it's best to just let sleeping dogs lie. I mean, I think it's right. I mean, I think the story is correct. It was in the Sun on Sunday, and it was worrying. The fact that the palace and his spokesman said nothing about it, I think, speaks volumes.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Rob, thank you for that. Keep us updated on the Queen's health as well.